Hello everybody, just want to do a quick check-in, make sure that we're all on the same page with completing the square. Specifically, I want to show you what happens if you have a leading coefficient that's not 1, just to make sure we see one example like that. You're going to be continuing some of the practice problems you did yesterday, and some of those problems, if you got to them yesterday, if you didn't get to them yet, will have these leading coefficients. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page about what happens there, okay? Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to get rid of it by dividing everything by that number. So I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, basically I'm dividing both sides of my equation by 3. And what's kind of weird about that is because you're doing 0 divided by 3, nothing's really going to change on that side. It's just going to change this side over here. So I'm going to get x squared plus 5 over 3x plus 2/3. Now, the one thing that that's going to create is it's going to make the rest of this process a little bit harder than it would have been before, because now we're going to have to do some of this math with fractions. We be a little bit careful about that. So I'm still going to be subtracting 2/3 from both sides. So I'll get x squared plus 5/3 x equals negative 2/3. I then will go off to the side and do my little side work with my 5/3. So let's see our little page. Okay, so I'm going to be doing 5/3 divided by 2. Now, a fraction divided by 2, the easiest way to think about it is like multiplying by a half, because that means the same thing. So we're going to get 5 over 6, and then I'm going to be squaring 5/6, which in this case, you just square the top and bottom, so that'll be 25/36. And that's what we're going to be adding to both sides. So you can kind of see when we have these fractions, or when we have these leading coefficients that end up creating fractions, it does make some of this math a little bit harder to do. You are going to have to do a little bit of fraction math, but that's okay. We're all confident with our fractions, right? No problems with those. Okay, so I'm going to add 25/36 to both sides. And so we will get x squared plus 5 over 3x plus 25 over 36. And then over on this side, we need to find a common denominator to add these together. The common denominator is going to be 36. I multiply the top one by 12 over 12. That's going to give me negative 24/36. So plus 25/36, I'm going to get 1/36 over here. What's this going to factor to? Well, again, this is where really knowing this up here is going to really help you out. I know this 5/6 number is going to be my a, so I know I'm going to have x plus 5 over 6 squared is going to equal 1/36. And then I'll go ahead and square root both sides and solve from here. So square rooting both sides, I'm going to get that x plus 5 over 6 equals 1/6, and x plus 5 over 6 equals negative 1/6. And again, that's just 1/36 squared. Square root the top bottom, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 36 is 6. Subtract 5/6 from both sides, I'm going to get x equals negative 4/6, aka negative 2/3. And then over here, I'll add or subtract 5/6 from both sides again, and I'm going to get that x equals negative 1. Negative 6/6, which is negative 1. Okay, and then I can write out the coordinates and everything. All right, just want to check in, make sure we're all on the same page. Here's kind of another run through of that process. And again, kind of seeing a little bit of what happens if you have that leading coefficient. You'll see that come up with some of your work that you're going to do. So just be ready for that and be prepared. Thank you all for watching.